he's exactly in Marvin Hagler's situation and his position in the early 80s when Hagler was obviously the best middleweight in the world. It was easier to make fights back then. So, get guys to fight. So he cleaned out the division in a way Triple G hasn't, just because the middleweights won't fight him. And promotional situations and network situations, what they are. Some of the other top 160 pounders are not in a position to fight Triple G right now, even if they wanted to. And I don't think there are people who do want them to, because they would lose. But still, he's destroyed everyone and put in his path. So what Hagler had to do, he couldn't break through, he couldn't cross over. He had to wait for one of the lighter guys to move up and fight him. The first guy up was Roberto Duran, who had beaten Davey Moore. Everyone thought Duran was finished. He knocks out Davey Moore on his 32nd or 3rd birthday at Madison Square Garden. And now Duran has all this juice behind him. And who was the next logical opponent to fight? Sugar Ray Leonard had just left boxing. The biggest fight for him was Marvin Hagler. They made the fight, and that crossed Hagler over. After he beat Duran, and then Hearns destroyed Duran, that set up Hagler-Hearns, and Hagler got Hearns, and then eventually Sugar Ray came out of retirement. And he came out of retirement to fight Hagler after Duran fought Hagler when Sugar Ray was working for HBO in Roy's job. Post-fight, Duran told him, off camera, you fight him next, you beat him. And that started getting Ray thinking, maybe I'll come back and beat this guy. And the same sort of thing's going to have to happen to Triple G. Someone's going to have to move up with a name who fights him. And I think that guy's going to be Canelo. If Triple G wins that fight, there needs to be another fighter out there who thinks he's beatable, right? Okay, fine. He beats Canelo, he crosses over in a new way. If he beats Canelo. And then someone else has to think, okay, with a name, has to think, okay, fine, I'll come back and fight him. Back in the day, the situation would be Floyd. That would be the Sugar Ray Leonard coming back. Floyd ain't going to fight Triple G.
Yeah, probably not.
Obviously. So, who's that going to be? Eventually, I think Triple G's biggest fight will be Andre Ward. Because I think that, as I told you many times, true super fights cannot be promoted into existence. This was a promotional event. It's a big fight, but it's not a true super fight. In the sense that it's not that these two guys, when the dust settled, were left standing as the two best guys. It's that, hey, these are two really good fighters, Mexico, Puerto Rico, both around the same weight class, let's make good styles, let's make the fight. True super fights, where the world stops spinning when that happens, is Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler. Because when the dust settled in that era, those two guys were left standing. Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, same thing. That's a super fight. Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier. That's a super fight. So on a much lower level at this point, in this era, when you survey the landscape and think, who is going to be left standing? In other words, in that weight area, who's the best? Come on, guys, everyone knows who the best is. Andre Ward and Triple G. And unless one of them gets tripped up, that, I think, eventually will happen, just kind of like nature taking its course.